Just when you thought it was safe.
Yo, hey, we got a special one for you now. Hey,
Do it.
this is my dog. I can't even really explain how far we go back, but maybe 2004, 2005. But I'll maybe let him give some of the details. This is my dog, bro. St. Louis is own, bro. Even before that, my dog was on like, oh, man. He was on doing stuff with Mac 10.
Yeah.
He was an underground spearhead in St. Louis himself, bro. Reinvented himself like I don't know how many times. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
Man, he went from being just a fat boy to an entrepreneur. The definition of the motherfucking grinder. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but if you don't know who I'm talking about, dog, it's the only Zeus Rebel, aka Ruka Puff. That's what I call him. Hey, you know
what's up,
what I
bro?
mean? So first of all, bro, how you been? I ain't talked to you in a minute, bro.
I know, man.
I ain't seen you in
Got
a
that
minute.
bone,
but
you know.
I keep up with you on social media heavy, dog. So I'm gonna jump into it right away,
So you
dog.
a stalker?
I mean, I just make sure I keep up with my people. You know what I'm saying? So
You know what's going on.
You know what I'm saying? I like to stay
Make
in
sure
the-
you
I
ain't
can
nobody
stay-
in the penitentiary. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, absolutely. Because the way some of the shit was looking back in the way back, we could all went on crack. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
But shit, let me just start from the beginning, bro. Like, I just tell a little bit about yourself. I touch a little bit on, like, you know what I mean, you coming up, being a grinder. But when I met this man, bro, like, he showed so much love. Like, this literally just gave us this. Hey, just go do this. Go holler at old boy this. Studio's down that way. We pull up in the Lou. I'm new to the Lou, right? So me and Mark just, you know what I mean, we going through doing our little thing. You know what I mean? We actually got with Angela Richardson and Huey, and this is the first man we met on that route. Put us in so many different, you know what I mean, hands. But I want him to tell a little bit about himself because before we were nothing, you know what I'm saying? This man was already doing this thing down there, you know what I'm saying? So tell a little bit about how you got started in the St. Louis and then touch on that, how you got with Mac 10 and all that shit, even before that, bro.
Yeah, cool. I'll give you the fast version. Speedier version than the shorter version or longer version. But anyway, pretty much just like been around music all my life. You know what I'm saying? My dad was always bumping like country music and goddamn 80s rock, and then I go home, my mama playing Anita Baker. Get back in the car, my daddy playing hip hop. I had a guy used to cut my hair, man. His name is Marcus. Shout out to Marcus. He was my barber. He used to come to the house. He was the only person that I knew that actually had been going to the studio. So he actually had a tape. I'm showing my age. But he had his song. He had his song on the tape.
Sir.
And he was the only one that I actually knew like that I can touch that, was going to the studio and stuff like that. So we recorded our first song, me, my cousin, and my best friend. Not A-Track, not that old. Come on.
I fuck with
But I don't know if y'all remember Six Flags used to have a studio. Do you remember that?
Yeah. I went
Where
there
you can
one
go in there
time,
and people doing them dumbass dance moves.
The first time you saw the green screen, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, but they had a recording studio also in Six Flags. So we recorded our first song. It was called like Legit Shit or something like that. And that was like that was probably like 96, and from there, bro, I ain't never stopped since then.
It bit you and you was hooked.
I was hooked, man. Put all my I had my first song that came out of St. Louis that hit the radio heavy rotation was like 2003. It was called Angry. Speed up to like 2005 or 6. That's when I met Mac 10. And life changed from there. And man, it's been a blessing. It's been an incredible ride.
How did you connect with Mac 10? Like, how did that relationship kind of like come together? And then, you know what I mean? It's like from you starting just basically pushing your music out just independently as always, you know what I mean? And then you just bumped into him, you ran into him?
No, my business partner, they filmed a movie called The Apocalypse of the Beauty Queen. It was an indie film. It actually never came out. But anyway, the DP on the movie, his name is Tom Smugala. He had a lot to do with TLC's album Fan Mail. So, at that time, T-Boz and Mac 10 was married. So Tom had a relationship with T-Boz. They got Mac 10 to be a part of the movie. So he came to St. Louis, came to a little bitty ass club, you know what I'm saying, in North County called the African Palace. And this is like a hole in the wall spot. This like not a spot that you would expect Mac 10 to come to. But he came, they brought him to the show. He came in there, man. It was a room full of red. We was in there jumping on tables, performing, going crazy, how we you know how we used to go,
do.
and the rest is history. From there, we end up releasing a record with Mac 10 and Nate Dogg.
Yeah, that's what it is, bro. Like I said, and I remember the first time I saw this man perform, bro. Like it legitimately like opened my eyes to when I talk about energy, bro. Right. We didn't have nothing compared to what this cat was doing, bro. Like this man, like literally, like he would be full blown sweat. You know what I mean? The whole crowd is literally actively in participation the entire time, bro. And I was like, that's the difference between a performer and an entertainer and an artist. This nigga had all that shit combined.
I appreciate it,
you know what I'm talking about? That shit was wild. Like I said, like me, you probably even realize how young we was when we was coming to St. Louis when we first ran into you back in the day. We was like probably no more than like 16, 17, 18.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I mean? So, but we was just, you know what I mean, hitting that road, going and do what we do. You know what I'm saying? But then again, just connecting with this man, bro. Like I said, like some of the things that I witnessed over time, because this man started with a mohawk, my guy.
Yeah,
you remember if y'all
before it was cool.
Yeah. I said before Lil Wayne got to doing the rock albums and all that, my man was. I feel like he was touching that rock, and I was like, bro, what are we doing? What you know what I mean?
What's going on?
And like I said, I didn't quite grasp how far he was ahead of everybody at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
This shit is just wild. Like I just start having these like epiphany moments. Like, man, my dog was doing rock albums like in 2004, 2005.
And now and you know what, I said that, man. I was sitting back one day and I was like, damn, it's like all the stuff that I used to do that was considered weird, it's like normal now.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like we was always rocking pink or rocking bright colors, and you know that would still beat your ass in the club, but was like, you know, definitely 100% about individuality, as I should say.
No, for sure. I mean,
now it's like that shit is like normal. Like I had a mohawk, now people be looking at me like, oh, he's normal.
Being normal now is different.
Yeah, for sure.
Being regular right now is different.
It's different.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Without a doubt.
But like, I feel like you ain't really. You got to go back and probably look at like some old pictures of my man, because like he has transformed himself literally, physically as well. He was way bigger than he was. So mind you, pink mohawk, bro. This
about 350.
I want to say the number, but my man was.
It's all good. Shit, it's a blessing. It's a story. I was about 350. I should be about 230, but I might be about 250. I'm doing a little heavy lifting and some heavy eating too. So that might be 20 pounds more.
Tell us about that. What was, I mean, because musically, people go through evolution. People do what they have to do to stay connected, but they can lose themselves spiritually, physically. What turned for you to say, okay, I can't be 350 doing it?
For me, it was my dad, man. Just watching him being was at the time he was obese and he fell down the steps. And you know, for a regular sized person to fall down the steps, you break an ankle, you break a leg, you back to normal, everything is peachy. But him, it's like he fell down the steps and it like seemed like it almost took his life away. Like it was just, you know, so many. Yeah, it was like so many different things just from a fall. You know what I'm saying? And that inspired me to say, man, you know what? Because I mean, I've been a fat boy all my life. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Pops used to cook for breakfast, man. Going to high school, nigga, we had rice, eggs, pork chops, biscuits. Like, nigga, how do you go to ninth hour like that? You know what I mean? Or first hour. First hour, fuck ninth hour, right? So, you know, which is a blessing and a curse. I love my parents and shouts out to them, man, because they was, you know, been there every step of the way and still there now. But yeah, definitely poor eating habits. And so I just needed to change. You know what I'm saying? I just needed to make a change physically. You know what I'm saying? I still feel like even at 350 though, and some people even say at 350 we had more energy than 350. Yeah, like, cause when you lose weight, you know, you start feeling yourself a little bit more. Now I be cool and shit. So I start feeling like I'm cool. Exactly. But at 350,
now you worried about image and all of a sudden,
but it's the opposite for me. Right. You know what I'm saying? At 350, bro, I gave no fucks at 350. I was just like, we here, we gonna be the best in the room. We gonna be the best, you know, you ever seen in your life. And that was my mentality. And I was in your face, and it was live and direct. And it was a different, you know, it's just a different part of my life.
That's different in itself, because that's a rare quality, right? Like, and we always talk about, like, you know, greatest performers and things like that. So when I'm hearing the stories about how you perform. I never saw you perform, so
Yeah.
this
Tonight
all,
you gotta pull up.
right, so this is all news, and I'm like, yeah, I love it, right?
Yeah.
Because when we talk about performance, we always thought like a Buster, you got Buster and
My
and Spliff, right?
motivation. That's
Right,
that's
so
it. That's the
them two-
bar. That's
right,
the bar.
That's the bar, right? So
Right, yes, sir.
and that's who it is. It's like you when you got them two. Like I dare anybody. I don't care how many records you sold. Go after.
Go after them.
Go after them too, right? Take away lights. Take away cannons. And
Just
take
pure
the
performance.
The asses clapping in the back. Just perform you and your man.
And your man.
And see what pop with it, right?
Right.
And so I'm excited because I'm listening to that because I know there's a certain thing that comes from that. What would you pinpoint is that? What is the thing that made you say, I want to do it this way?
Well, I think for me, I know definitely just being taught from my parents just to always, give 100. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you're doing, whether I was playing football, baseball, or whatever in my life.
Athlete too.
Yeah, for sure. And then the other thing I would say is it's kind of weird, but I kind of like put sports and music in the same kind of like thing. 100%. So it's like I be working out, and some people that don't know me, when I'm in the gym, they be like, "Are you a fighter?" I'm like, "Bitch, I don't know. Hell no." You know what I'm saying? I do music. You know what I'm saying? But
because fighters mimic musicians right now.
There you go. But the
fighters
intensity
got the looks,
of the workouts. I mean, like today was supposed to be a skip day, and me and the homegirl Christian with a K, we still got up and I went and got some sets in. So it's just like, and to me, really at this point now, it's really bigger than the physical, man. It's really just a mental thing. It's really just like me challenging myself as I get more mature and more older to just say, I still want to win. I still want to just inspire the kids that look up to me, inspire my own kids to be like, well, shit, you 21, so you shouldn't be sitting down because your damn daddy is in the gym somewhere at 6 a.m. and still finna go do a meeting and another play and another play. There is no break. There is no stop until we create generational wealth. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm glad that you kind of said that because, like I said, my man talk about literally transforming from being a heavier, large, fat boy to now mid-range, mid-size, slimming down. But how do you maintain that, bro? That you own a donut fucking company.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had questions about that, bro. I had questions. I couldn't do it. I'd be 450.
I mean, it's a journey.
I'm 450.
Easy. He must not go in the morning when they freshly made or something.
No. Every now and then I indulge. I'll say this week, because we just really got the business back popping this week, I'll say in the week I probably had 2 donuts total.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's discipline.
I was about to just say that.
Yeah.
So I'm not like, I'm like, I remember, so well, I don't want to make this a federal conversation, but I just say my bro, you know what I'm saying? My bro, you know what I'm saying, slang green, but he don't smoke.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he gonna make more, you gonna make more money
100%.
like that.
So he's saying, y'all, rule number one.
Never get high off your own supply. 100%.
If I got an inch, I grab the donut, but I ain't like eating no donuts every day.
I love the gym. I'm a gym rat, power lift, all that, right? But I know my vice. Right? I know my vice.
And you taste one of these, bro? Because we got toppings. We do bacon, we do Cocoa Puffs, you know what I'm saying?
You're a cold piece.
Man, Fruity Pebbles, dog. Like,
Cold piece.
yeah.
So
and turkey bacon if you don't like pork. We do that too.
Look,
How you gonna put health on a donut? Hey, you don't like turkey bacon? I put a little turkey.
Yeah,
Less
turkey on the
grease.
donut.
Less grease.
Yeah, there it is. We got that too.
Less grease, a little bit of rubber.
And the dopeness about that he kind of maybe not really emphasizing a lot is like you had that business with your daughter.
Yeah, she does one of my daughters does the cookies.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's a family business for the most part. Yeah, Sweets by Sweet Waters. I just been looking at these other cultures and they do everything with their last name. You know what I'm saying? And I said, man, we, as an African American community or just brown and black people, we need to start doing that too. You need to just walk down the street and see Jenkins and John, and you're like, what the hell is Jenkins and John? But it's a big corporation like Sam Walmart. Like, we got to start doing that. So everything that I do from this point on, it's gonna have my last name a part of it. So our legacy can live too.
Yeah, that's legit.
I honestly think sometimes, especially because there's a lot of missing men in the youth lives right now, they forgot that was like a man's instinct was to leave a legacy. You understand what I'm saying? And now they more so they just quick. They want to just be
flash in the pan.
Flash in the pan. They want to be right in the front, right? And forgetting that when you in the front, you got to knock a door down.
Yeah.
And not just open it and close it in the back. Because you bring in
everybody.
you
got to bring everybody with you. That's facts.
You know what I mean?
That's big facts, bro.
And so I appreciate when you talk about legacy, because that's really our job as men, is to prepare, design, and leave our legacy for those coming behind.
So your family ain't got to go as hard or go do as much stuff, you know what I'm saying, as you did, man. And
I think spiritually, that's what we did. I'll do a turn and I'll turn it back. But I think spiritually too, when you come from a big family and our grandmothers and great grandmothers and grandfathers, them prayers, they created a legacy of spirituality and prayer that when you are benefiting from that, you know what I'm saying? That's why sometimes when I see these prosperity blessings and stuff, I don't believe it, because it's like, yo, you can't tell me my grandmother didn't have enough faith, so that's why she wasn't rich.
It's been written.
Nah, it's just she did that for her family, right? So it didn't hit her; it hit the next generation, and then the next generation.
I agree.
So yeah, man. But go ahead.
No, for sure.
I took a left.
And that's where it need to go, though. Absolutely. I mean, the stuff I see you doing in your community when you is in the community, man. I want to praise you just again, because you grinding for your own self, but on top of that, you always turn around. I see you reaching out to the less fortunate. Yeah. The last thing I just saw you recently do was just giving out, was it cheeseburgers?
From Wendy's. Wendy's is one of our sponsors, so we just it was downtown. I had a big ass bag of food.
Just out there, just doing it, being with the people, bro. Like, and that shit is amazing, because, like I said, a lot of people don't. You know what I mean? And it's nothing you have to highlight for show, but just take it upon yourself. Like, I just want to do that. That's what I want to do. You know what I mean? Yeah. Everybody's looking at how to gain from something. How can I capitalize from something, and not just giving back to their community? So that's huge, bro.
And it's important. It's more important than anything, because these kids, bro. I don't know what's going on up here in Sioux Falls with the teenagers, but I know shit in St. Louis, it's like, oh man, they dying at a rapid pace. You know what I'm saying?
About it.
And I'm sure it's everywhere. Philly, Baltimore, New York. It's just, we just gotta be able to, man, just like pull some of these little dudes to the side. Like, we see somebody doing some fuck shit, we gotta correct it. Especially like,
we say
it's just what it is. You know what I'm saying?
We say that all the time. There's no more like G check, and not out of disrespect. You know what I'm saying?
No, not disrespecting nobody.
I'm
just
taking you aside, like, look, little homie, that's probably not the right.
That's not it.
Yeah, but you gotta be careful sometimes on how you even approach them little dudes. They might take that to offense.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And that's what everybody, because I blame us, right? Because we were so many of us were so focused on
just ourselves.
Not only ourselves, but we ain't gonna let them go through what we went through. We forgot that some of the shit we went through,
they gotta go through,
made us who we are.
Yeah,
right?
That's true too.
And so when you take away all of that, and we start telling everybody they special, and nobody told them you're gonna have to prove it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We call that instant gratification.
Right, 100%. Right. So
for sure.
if once you get that, then not everybody like, well, I deserve the same lick this dude got. But you don't know that dude.
But you don't know what the work that. And that's crazy that when you even bring that up, that's like social media in a nutshell.
Facts.
And that's why you got so many artists and I remember it just back in the day sounds so old, but I shouldn't say back in the day. But I can vividly remember, you know what I'm saying, just like having a conversation with somebody, and they'd be like, well, less is more, you know what I'm saying? When you get a bunch of people trying to rap and do all that, they kind of mess it up. And I'm looking at them 10 years ago like, how do you figure that? But then when I speed up to now, it makes sense, because you got a lot of trash out there.
Cookie cutter.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But that's the monster. I believe that's the monster. That's the beast, right? To say you're replaceable.
Yeah.
So somebody like yourself, because you still do what you do, because you were able to adapt, I think that's the blessing of longevity. Because you still give.
Yeah.
Too many times, I'm an old head too, right? So I'm like, sometimes we take a standoffish stance with the other generation, like, man, these little knucklehead ass. But nah, you got to connect. You got to build that bridge. You got to understand where they from and where they coming from. And if you stay grounded and connected, you may be put in a position where you could check them and be like, yo, don't do that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
you definitely, because I was teaching for about 3 years, and I connected with a lot of little young dudes. Some are part of my program. Some just call me if they need a cash app. That's cool too. But yeah, definitely, you 100% right. You know what I'm saying? Because even being in the school system, it made me understand 10 times more. You know what I'm saying? Because you
I
with
coach
these kids,
football. I coach football
boom,
now,
there you go.
So when you got the kids,
for the coaches and the teachers and the people in the community centers, we are the people that really know what's up with these kids, because we basically they daddy for 3, 4, 5 days out the week.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And they mamas, and this shit is crazy, bro.
Yeah,
like
a lot of people, like I said, they send their kids to school, and that's the only structure they got.
Yeah.
They come home from school, and then
they do what they want.
They don't get no attention at all.
Yeah, they doing what the fuck they want to do.
And sometimes, and I always say, if you ain't getting no attention, negative attention,
he's gonna find you.
It's better than no attention.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So if this is what I do.
Go ahead.
You know, so if this is what I do to get it, I'm gonna get it however I can. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go ahead, man.
No worry. But like I said, you touched on St. Louis and just like kind of the status of what the streets is looking like. And again, we kind of all see the news, and we kind of see what's the outcome of most situations. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's good to hear that you doing what you can in the community to try to circumvent that. But like, give us a little bit, like I said, because obviously I haven't been to St. Louis in a while. So what's some of the up and coming artists coming up in St. Louis? And then have you lost any up and coming artists because of this, just the wildness that's going on out in the streets that you personally know? Or
I'll say upcoming artists in St. Louis are artists that I like for sure. You got like LA Foes, you got MBZ, you know what I'm saying, doing this thing. You got Christian with a K that's on tour with us. You got Law Music, you know what I'm saying, that's bringing that African vibe and the Caribbean vibe, and he on the tour as well. I mean, St. Louis always has good music and good artists, because it's really a music town.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? We had Ike and Chuck Berry and all these people that came through there. Yeah. And as far as the dying part, man, it's a bunch of them dying. The list is too long to name.
Yeah. No. And again, the crazy thing is like there's just no way to circumvent it, because I feel like being a rapper right now is like the number one target on your back.
The worst job in the world.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
It's fact. It's the worst job in the world.
Yeah.
And St. Louis ain't no stranger to being the number one murder capital as well, either outside of just
we in
music.
there somewhere. If we ain't one right now, we always stay in the top five. Unfortunately. Yeah. So it's some things there that I don't know, man. It's like all we can do is do our part, but you know.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Keep pushing that positivity, bro, because majority of the time, you know what I mean, it just take one voice or one person to really try to, push a person into a better stance or a better light. Because a lot of people ain't got no structure or even got no role models that are push them in the right direction.
That's
you know
real.
What I mean? So like, so with you being on the road, I mean, I be seeing like just your tour dates. You be from LA to Vegas to Chicago, here to there. Like, is there a preferred place you like to either perform, or they give you the most?
He told me.
I mean, like, yo, I want to let him tell it, but you know what I mean. But like,
but I ain't gonna lie though. No, like I haven't been here in a minute, but like the glory, I call it the glory days with United Ballers and Bro Nem and all that, and we was coming here, bro. That was some times. What a time to be alive. We was having so definitely Sioux Falls, definitely then Omaha, definitely even then Sioux City and stuff like that. But I would say right now, man, like my place that I just love to be is LA. You know what I'm saying? Of course, which may sound cliche, but it's really just for me. LA, it's not just because it's LA and it's palm trees. It's just that I feel like I belong there. You know what I'm saying? I just feel when I'm in LA, I just kind of like let my hair down. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Like, you know what I mean? So we always kind of ask a lot of our artists this. So when it comes to just being an artist, what do you get the most joy out of? Creating the music or performing the music?
Performing it, you know that.
Hey, I don't think I heard one say creating. Nah. I'm with you, man. It's the energy of the crowd, right?
Yeah, it's the people. This for the people. I mean, I do music for me too, but it's for the people. You know what I'm saying? It's for this. You got the music business and you got the music game. So for the music business, it's about me creating, art that can change somebody's life or motivate somebody in some kind of way, or make you feel like I want to be able to, God willing, have records out there. And maybe I do, I don't know, but have records out there that you go, that when you hear it, you know how you hear a song, you think about something that happened at that time, or something going on, and you like, man, I got to play this song. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the win. That's the W. You know what I'm saying? That's the W for me.
For sure. For sure. So with us being a little older now, has your creative process changed since, how do you feel like that has kind of transitioned since we, evolved in the game?
my approach is kind of would seem like a semi-impatient approach, but if I hear the record and the thought don't immediately come, then I skip. Yeah.
Like is it like a time second? Like
has it always been that way? Or,
no, that's how it is now. It's
right.
like because me and my producer Josh B, we got this incredible piece of work coming out that I can dictate right now on the podcast that has the potential to either be the biggest thing ever to come out or a complete dud. But there will be no in between with this project because it's so groundbreaking for an artist like myself to come from hip hop to do the kind of records we doing. We talking about records with the magnitude of going all the way from Fats Domino Field type records all the way to Sting type records, and then right in the middle some Gucci Mane mixed with Bruno Mars.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
You set that bar right there. Like what you? Wow. Hey, but I'm digging it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
So it's either going to be and this is all whatever God determines. It either can be something that completely changed the way people do music, or it can be something that's like people like, nah, that ain't it, bro.
But just the courage, to do something like that. That's what I think for me as a fan of music, right? Yeah, I do music, but as a fan of music, I admire the shit out of courage, right? To say I'm gonna walk this line that everybody afraid to walk.
They afraid,
right? I'm a walker, but it sounds like you've been walking that line,
bro.
Yeah, for a while, and just to end on that too, because I got to make sure that I say this in every interview, not to make it a race thing, but I say this because I want to be able to inspire some young black kids to be able to step outside the box. So the quote that I say everywhere I go is "Black people created rock music." It's really not a quote; it's a fact. You know what I'm saying? But I say that. I don't want that to be taken out of context. That's not a race thing. You know what I'm saying?
It's a fact.
Because I said that on the IG, and I had a bunch of people on there, and they was like, well, you're in this universal. And I was like, yeah, I got y'all. But I wasn't talking to y'all. I was talking to my kids of my complexion that look up, you know what I'm saying, to what we doing. Not to bash nobody, but to let them know you can do a drill record, but bro, step outside, go listen to some music, go listen to some Chuck Berry. You can make a rock song if you want.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
If my facts annoy you, that's a you problem.
Yeah. That's true too.
If my facts are inconsiderate to your insecurities,
for sure.
That's a you problem. You know what I mean?
So I mean, what you saying all that, bro? I mean, it kind of segues into kind of the term that you kind of coined, and I kind of heard from you is the gumbo. You a gumbo artist. Yeah. So go ahead and explain that a little bit for those that don't know what that phrase means. When I heard you kind of say that.
Gumbo is just self-explanatory. It's like the food. It's just a mixture of a bunch of great ingredients. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Different genres of music. You know what I'm saying? And we coined it gumbo, and then now it's evolving to hood pop is what we calling it.
Hood pop, okay.
Hood pop. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it is.
So we gotta get that in the dictionary.
I would say you want to copyright that so you can go ahead and reap the benefits for your for the Sweetwater, longevity.
Hood pop. It's
hood pop was gumbo first. Put that on a T-shirt.
There you go.
Hood pop was gumbo.
But if you come to the show tonight, you'll see what I'm talking about. You'll be able to feel the element of hood pop because it's gonna be pop, but it's still gonna be hood. It's gonna be like it's just something gutter about this shit. Pop, you know what I mean?
That's
absolutely, baby. Hey, let us know where they can find you at, bro. I mean, what's your all your social media handles and all that.
Yeah, man. Zues Rebel Waters, Zeus Rebel, REBEL Waters, like the water you drink, man. Go Google me. Go stream some music, you know what I'm saying? Go join the YouTube family and check out some videos. Just do a deep dive on Zeus today.
Shout out everybody in here too, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out Slim Boy Rex, you know what I'm saying?
We ain't even talked to Slim, but it's
I let him promote his own record, but we got law music in here, Christian with K.
Shout your stuff out, Slim. Where you at on social media and all that?
Oh, man, you can find me at Slim Boy Rex, SLYMBOI or AKKS. Y'all make sure y'all go check out my new single called Dancing with the Devil. Is on YouTube. For sure. And also be on lookout for my new single called All Red.
All Red?
Yeah, All Red.
Yeah, all right.
All Rizzy.
That's what it is.
But no, shouts out to everybody, man.
Hey, yeah, absolutely. Shout out to the whole St. Louis. Shout out my dog, Slim. Shout out my dog, Zeus. Christian with a K. My man, The Cup. Shout yourself out over there. My man Main Dog. Like, we for the record, we always start, set. You already know we're going to check the record. We for the record. I appreciate y'all. Like, subscribe, and do all the things you're supposed to do on social media.
Facts. Boom.
Bada bing, bada boom.